A movie is like a life story. A man called Chusa was holding a few written notes in his hands, sitting at the railway station. Then a sloppy uncle at the side wanting to borrow a lighter for his cigarette. The uncle asked Chusa if he knew what he was waiting for. Then the uncle began to talk to himself as if telling Chusa the meaning of life. Chusa was waiting for a person to share his journey of life. Sujin is a daughter to a rich family. Her parents doted on her a lot since young, somewhat makes her rebellious character. Though she lived well materially, she had severe amnesia. In another scene, Sujin was at the same station location as Chusa, holding 2 tickets in her hand, looking at her watch from time to time. Sujin was very anxious at this time. It was not until the last train left that Sujin had to accept the fact. Initially, she intended to elope with her boyfriend, but he abandoned her. In sadness, Sujin came to a convenience store to buy a Coke. After she left the store, she realized that she had forgotten the Coke. When Sujin returned to the convenience store, she realized that the Coke had disappeared. At this time, a person who looked like a homeless man standing in front of her happened to be holding a can of Coke in his hand. Thinking that the homeless man had taken this Coke, she angrily grabbed the Coke open to drink it. After drinking it, she belched provocatively at the homeless man, then turned and left to take the bus. As soon as she got on the bus, Sujin realized that her purse was not with her and could have been forgotten in the convenience store. So she had to turn back to the convenience store to find the cashier. Seeing that Sujin came back, the cashier took out a woman's wallet and Coke from the counter. At this time, she realized she misunderstood the homeless man, Chusa. On the next day, Sujin came to work in a new company, but as soon as she came to the new environment, the new colleagues had begun to gossip, saying that she was the third party who broke up other people's families. The colleagues accused Sujin, not knowing that Sujin was also deceived by the man and was one of the victims. One day, there were some problems with the renovation of the company that Sujin was working at. So her father arranged for someone to come and help. Chusa, who happened to work on Sujin's father's construction site, was sent to help. After seeing Chusa again, she felt a little guilty, but it seemed like Chusa had already forgotten as he looked very calm. But during the break, when Sujin went to buy Coke on the vending machine, Chusa snatched her Coke suddenly. Then he hiccuped in front of the Sujin after he drank the Coke. In the evening, on the way home, Sujin thought of it and found it a bit funny. At this time, a motorcycle came by and grabbed her handbag and took it away. It so happened that Chusa was in front and saw what happened from the rearview mirror in the car. He opened the door knowing that the man had no time to brake. The man went directly to hit the car door and turned over. This helped Sujin reclaim her handbag, whose strip was fixed by Chusa. He also drove her home. The evening breeze blew on both of them. The seeds of love also sprouted quietly in their hearts. From then on, Sujin began to dress up. She would put on lipstick and mascara, and then take the opportunity to see Chusa by chance. Chusa also missed Sujin. Chusa was eating with his friends while carving the appearance of a female with his hand on a piece of wood. Then Sujin passed by. She sat next to Chusa and he poured her a glass of wine. He told Sujin that after drinking the glass of wine, they would become a couple. While Sujin drank the glass of wine, it dropped from her lips. And Chusa helped her clean it up by stepping forward and kissing her. The two then got together like this. Although their social status is far apart, love quickly settled in the hearts of the two. Since then, Sujin and Chusa dated frequently. Chusa would teach Suji how to play baseball. In order to catch up with Sujin's social status, Chusa got an architecture certificate. Sujin also would carefully make suits for Chusa. During this period, both of them were very happy. Under the influence of each other, they continued to improve to be better people. This may be our ideal love. After dating for some time, Sujin wanted to marry Chusa, and her father also wanted to meet his daughter's boyfriend. But Chusa refused to meet the parents yet. He regarded Sujin as a princess, and his social status did not match up with her. There was an invisible gap between them that cannot be crossed. Sujin tried her best to persuade Chusa, but he disagreed. So Sujin decided to arrange a meeting with her parents without Chusa's knowledge. When the couple were having dinner, the parents came to the same restaurant and saw Chusa. Sujin made an excuse to go to the bathroom. After Sujin left, her father looked a little sad. He couldn't accept a worker from a construction site to be his son-in-law, so he didn't hesitate to be frank with Chusu. At this time, Sujin, who came out of the bathroom, suddenly forgot the reason she was there. She walked out of the restaurant, then fainted. Under the rain, Chusa held Sujin and took her to the hospital. Fortunately, it wasn't serious, except that she was somewhat anemic. When Sujin woke up, she hugged Chusa tightly. The father saw it. Although he did not approve of Chusu, he did not want to see his daughter lose her lover. So finally he agreed to the marriage. Sujin and Chusa soon held the wedding. After marriage, the relationship between the two people has become stronger. Chusa got a happy marriage and his career has risen steadily. He received his first design job. At the presentation, Chusa was nervous but gradually calmed down, and he completed the presentation steadily after he touched the cufflink sewed by his wife. In the end, his design won the bid and successfully signed the contract. In this way, the couple felt very happy. At the same time, Sujin's father gradually recognized Chusa's hard work and motivation. Finally, Chusa owned his own company and planned to use the money he had earned to build a house for Sujin and himself. But that day he had an uninvited guest. His mother came to his office. His mother abandoned him when he was very young. The mother owed a huge debt again. Chusa could not forgive her mother for abandoning him, and all the more, he would not pay the debts for her. Sujin accidentally learned about the mother. She remembered a drawer that Chusa never allowed her to touch. She secretly opened it late at night, and then realized that her mother-in-law had owed a debt in the past and was sent to jail as she could not pay up. She gave birth to Chusa when she was 17. Perhaps she was unable to take care of the child as a teenager. Sujin hoped to help her husband let go of the resentment in his heart and to accept such a family member. In the end, Sujin resolved the conflict between Chusa and his mother. Chusa used all the savings to repay the debt, which directly caused them to return to their previous state. Sujin comforted Chusa while making him happy. Sujin's understanding made Chusa truly feel relaxed. He hugged Chusa for being a great lover in his life. However, God always seems to have different arrangements. While the couple's love got stronger, Sujin's amnesia got more serious. It was until the annual medical check that Sujin knew that she had Alzheimer's disease, which would make her lose her memory slowly. Sujin could not stop crying. She didn't want to forget her family and Chusa. So in the following days, she resigned and decided to spend the rest of the time living with Chusa. Chusa always thought that his wife was just simply careless to forget. Until one day, Chusa saw that the lunchbox prepared by Sujin only contained white rice. Then he realized that something was wrong. He found the doctor and learned the truth. In another scene, Sujin, who was walking on the road, forgot the way home. She coincidentally met her ex-boyfriend at this time, and she thought they were still in love. After stepping forward and holding his hand, she realized something was wrong and she left. Late at night, Chusa found Sujin on the baseball field. Sujin didn't want to hide anymore. She told Chusa there was an eraser in her head, and she was afraid one day she would forget him, so she wanted to break up with him. But Chusa disagreed. He believed that nothing would separate them. In the following days, in order to make it easier for his wife to remember, Chusa put notepads everywhere in the house. But the condition of Sujin had worsened. She not only regarded her ex-boyfriend as her lover, but also brought him to her home. She also often urinates incontinence in front of everyone. Even so, Chusa still hugs Sujin in his arms and uses his clothes to help her clean up. On this day, when he went out to work, Sujin stopped him and told him that she loved him very much, but she called her ex-boyfriend name. Chusa was sad to hear it, but he responded to Sujin. When Chusa left, Sujin saw a photo on a cupboard at home. Now she remembered her husband is Chusu. But she knew that she already hurted Chusu. When Chusa returned home, he found that there was no one in the house, only a letter from the table. To end such a painful life, Sujin wanted to give freedom to Chusu. He left a divorce letter that she had signed. After some time, Chusa received a letter from Sujin. He found Sujin according to the address on the letter, but it's a pity that Chusa was not in Sujin's memory anymore. Chusa didn't give up though. He took Sujin to the convenience store where they first met. The convenience store was filled with all the people that Sujin knew. The familiar faces made Sujin recall her memory. She couldn't help crying and was awakened in this way. She then asked Chusu, "Is this heaven?" This movie satisfies all our fantasies about love. Love may not be vigorous, but when you are at the darkest and lonely, the one you love will provide you light. We want to love and care for our loved ones when they need us. Likewise, one day when we grow old and lose our memory, we hope our loved ones will still hold our hands. Well, that's all for today. We hope our movie summary reaches more people around the world. All we ask from you is to give a like as a support to us. Until next time, bye.